Hey everyone, it's the Hey Poopy podcast. What that booty do from poop to pleasure to health, hosted by me, Dave.
And me, Ellen, two curious people removing that stigma from your stinker. And why are we doing this? Because we love laughing and learning about butts and helping them to be the best they can be. And on this week's episode, we have Ames, who is friends with some of our past guests like Matt Knife. And he contacted me on social media and was like, everything I do for work is surrounded by poop. And I was like, you need to be on the show.
Yes, Ames was fantastic. Out the gate, told some amazing stories. You got to really hear them. They're hilarious. One involves ice cream. Another involves another person. But we're not going to... Well, actually, you know what? You can hear it, a little bit of it, in this clip.
It was my husband's fault that I pooped the bed. I stopped at Hardee's on the way home from a camping trip. I just was like, all right, get me a shake. So I drank the shake and I fall asleep. But my original request was Dairy Queen, and we weren't near one, but then he surprised me after I ate the shake and pulled into a Dairy Queen. So I love ice cream. I will never say no to that. We get home, I go to bed or took a nap, and I just like shit myself awake. But I just was like calling for my husband to come and help. I'm like, babe, come, can you just help me do this? I don't know what to do. And he's like, you're the one who shit the bed. I'm like, it's your fault. You fed me 2 ice cream products from 2 different restaurants on the way home from a camping trip. It's your fault.
Yes. So see, this show provides so much for people. So keep listening. This is a great episode.
Yeah, it was. Ames was absolutely fantastic, and I'm so glad he came on the show. Opened our brown eyes to a bunch of things.
Yes, he did.
And if you wanted to know more about Dave and I or help support us, go to heypoopypodcast.com for our merch, our Patreon, and so much more.
Yes, that would be a great help because we're your little poopy friends, and you always want to help your friends out. So, with that, on to the shit show.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back on Dump Day.
Hey, everybody, it's the Hey Poopy Podcast with
Dave.
And me, Ellen. And this is episode 170, but it'll always be number 2 to us, our favorite number. And we have a very special guest today. We have Ames, right? Am I saying that right? I should have asked you before we started recording.
When people mix it up, they say it more. They say Ames, and that which just
ooh, Ames. Oh,
it's very like exotic.
El Chante.
right.
Yeah.
I don't correct anyone.
So depending on how fancy we feel. But before we go into who Ames is, we're gonna go into, hey Ames, how have you been pooping?
A number 3.
Ooh.
Well, my number 2 is a number 3.
Okay.
Until it's not.
Yeah. Not bad.
Everything's smooth sailing until, yeah.
And you pooped today?
Yes, at 11 a.m. and 11:20 a.m.
Oh, you're a double deuce.
Every single day.
Really?
You have a twofer?
Yes.
That's crazy.
My coffee, and then I poop once. And then I listen to like this morning radio show in Atlanta, and then I poop again.
Oh,
I'm done for the day. It's great.
That's crazy. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree. It's helpful for a lot of reasons, but at least I'm not in New York City looking for a Planet Fitness to poop.
Oh yeah, or any bathroom actually. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's clockwork like that, what if you're out of the house?
Well, that's the problem. And it's also weird because if I sleep till noon, I may get backed up for the day.
Oh.
It like just skips over. And I'm like, oh God, I missed my opportunity.
Oh shit, I missed the window.
Yeah. So if I'm like hoping for any like fun action in the bedroom that night, I really can't sleep in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I mean, so yeah, I guess if you're not going those times, you know something's off. But
Totally.
that's just like, oh, okay. Well, it's the downside to being so regular.
Exactly.
I myself have gone to the bathroom, I think 3 times already today.
Oh,
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah,
5,
no,
6.
they were no. I mean, lately I feel like I've been doing like some nice hardcore 4.5s because I've been like on my pill regimen with the papaya extract, which is
Amazing.
works wonders. But I just started a new job yesterday, and it was like the first day of school. And I think I just like getting like all the I'm just not used to like having to go to so many meetings. Like, you know, like we have like HR meetings, like all these dumb meetings. I'm like, oh my God, how many more meetings do I have to go to? And it's just like nonstop. And I'm just a little nervous. And it's, I don't know why, but yeah, so I think that's the reason. So they were not quality today. They were like 5s, 5.5s. They started out a little strong and now it's getting like, they're all over the place.
Were these meetings live and in person?
No. I haven't been into the actual office. I don't even know if I have a desk or an office. It was all
So
virtual.
they were like Zoom meetings?
Yeah. Or Microsoft Teams, which now I got another thing I got to do. It's like the same thing as Zoom, but that's whatever they use it. So I'm just not used to the structure just yet. So it's taken me a little bit to kind of get used to that. But other than that, yeah, but it's been pretty regular. 3 times today. I'm sure there'll be a 4th one. Like there's no question there'll be a 4th one. So, but yeah, Ellen, anything noteworthy today?
I had nothing too epic. I have one funny little story, but I pooped normal today. It was kind of like a skinny 4, but it came out. It was like a little slim, slender one.
Slim Jim?
Yeah, exactly. No, it totally looked like a couple Slim Jims layered up on each other in the bowl. I did, though, get out of the shower and my partner was like, I gotta poop. And of course, we live in New York with one fucking toilet. And so I grabbed a tote bag and threw all my creams and all the stuff I needed because I had just gotten out of the shower. And I was like, I need my deodorant, my whatever. And like, I went to grab the tote bag and he went to go in and I was like, you gotta wait. If you're kicking me out of the bathroom for all my stuff, I gotta at least grab it. But a couple days ago, I was hanging out with my dad and his hearing aid needed like not a repair, but just kind of like a little tune up. And the hearing aid lady came and my dad has dementia. He's a little like out of it, but still has a good sense of humor. And I know that my dad loves potty humor. So I kept saying to him, I was like, Dad, you're getting your hearing aids repaired because that way you'll be able to hear all the farts I'm going to blow in your direction. And he started laughing. And as soon as I said it, like I'm saying it to make him in a good mood. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize maybe this woman does not have potty humor.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. My dad thinks farts are really funny. I hope and she was like, yeah, I'm fine with it. But then she took this like long tool and shoved it down into his ear and pulled out boogers worth of earwax.
Oh.
And I was like, this bitch can deal with huge and she was like excited about it. I was going like, I'm gonna throw up. And I was like, you're doing God's work. Like I couldn't do that. And she's like, oh no, this is my thing. And I was like, okay, well if she can deal with goobers of earwax, she can deal with a little potty humor, you know?
She can handle fart jokes. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Fart joke is funny. No, but I wasn't blasting him off right in front of her, so could have been a lot worse.
True.
But yeah, that's my cute little funny story about my daddy and me and our fart humor.
Nice.
So,
okay, good. I'm sure next week there'll be, an epic one. Ellen usually has like some epic like Indiana Jones type of adventure shit story.
Oh no, just in general.
In general.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the next 2 nights I'm going to be sleeping in a hotel in Connecticut and taking my dad to the doctor's office and all this stuff. So something epic is bound to happen.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
We will soon see.
You'll hear.
Stay tuned.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Stay tuned for next time.
Sorry, it wasn't as epic as you'd like. it to be,
No, not at all.
Not every week can be a killer.
Not bangers.
Yeah. I bring the hits, just
You
not
do.
the yeah.
You never
Or I should
disappoint.
say, I bring the shit.
You bring the
So Ames, please tell us, what do you do besides your poop?
Well, I'm a photographer by trade, and the niche that I'm mostly into at this point is newborn and kids photography.
Awesome.
And then
Nice.
the rest of the time, I spend my time caring for an adult with special needs. So that's what I do.
Yes, and you messaged me, and this is the only show where you can be a fan and a guest, and you were like, I love the show and I love your work, and we started like chit-chatting, and you were like, I'm surrounded by shit, and I was like, tell me more. Wait, let me book you on the show.
You're like,
I
pause.
love listening to it. I listen to the show every week with the guy that I care for, like just pretending that he also has potty humor just because he happens to wear a diaper, which is probably not the case. But, you know, we laugh about it. And I think that's, you know, there's so many things that have happened to him that have been kind of funny and embarrassing. And there's things that have happened to me in his presence that have been like really funny and embarrassing. So we just kind of like listen to it while we eat lunch, which is definitely grosses me out sometimes. Sometimes it's a little much for lunchtime.
Yeah.
And we listen.
I'm just thinking you're eating lunch and listening to the John Mark Owen episode. You're like, woo,
Every episode.
Wow.
Around noon.
woo.
Noon on Wednesdays. That's what we do.
Oh, that's awesome.
Aw.
Well, thank you for listening, by the way.
Yeah. Before lockdown, when Dave and I used to record in person, we'd kind of record on an earlier time. But it was maybe around like 3 p.m., but I actually eat lunch around then. So there's been so many times where I like brought my lunch while we're recording in front of a guest, and I'm eating while they're telling these like explosive shit stories. And they were like, is this okay? And I was like, I'm so used to it. Don't worry about it.
Right. And I think that's where I am too. I'm like, well, all right, like, I don't know. It's, you know, it's not like someone's just like explosive pooping in front of me.
Yeah,
while
if it's not on the table, it's like, okay, fine. You know, it's like, it's not in front of me.
Yeah. You're not smelling it, touching it while you're eating. Yeah. They're just funny stories.
It's humor. Yeah.
Exactly.
I do love potty humor for that reason.
I mean, now I'm intrigued. Like, I want to hear some of these funny stories with your person you care
I
for.
can
I'm
tell
sorry.
you-
Jump at the bit on
I
this
can
one.
tell you every story. You know what? I have no shame. I will absolutely, like, the day after I shit the bed, I will then go out with all of our friends who were totally not there when I shit the bed, but I must tell them the story. And I really don't care what they think. I lived through it. Everyone does it. So, you know, it's happened to everyone at some point, but like, I have so many stories. You know, the guy I care for, you know, I take him out. We went on like a little outing to Barnes and Noble, and I pack up his diaper bag. We're ready to go. And I'm nervous to change him. I'm nervous that he's going to just shit his pants in a store. And then I'm not going to be able, it's just going to be like a shit massacre all over the bathroom with me trying to change him. And then, you know, it's my first time caring for someone with special needs. So then I'm like, I'm awkwardly like talking to him in the stall, you know, so people don't think that there's like funny business going on. So there's like a very strange dynamic with that. So I just try to avoid it.
Right.
So we go to Barnes and Noble, we do our outing, everything's fine. And then we're in traffic in the car on the way home.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh no, this is going to add 30 more minutes to his diaper until I can change it. And then what do? I just let out a small fart. And next thing you know, I'm like sharting in the car, and I pull into the driveway, and I'm like, sorry, man, I got to go in and take care of myself first. I just leave him in the car.
Shit.
You know, like it's just, and I can't help but just laugh because I was like so concerned about him that I just forgot, like, oops, it happens to everyone.
That's
It
always the
reminds me of
way.
being on a flight and they say you have to put on your oxygen mask first before you could help others.
Yeah.
You're like, I have to clean up my own shit before I help you in your shit.
Real quick question. I forgot to ask in the beginning. If you can, how old is this person you care for roughly?
Yeah, so I'm doing my best to not say his name.
Gotcha. No, I get that.
I'm doing, like, in my head, I'm like, don't say his name, don't say his name.
And if we could beep it out if it's accidental too, so don't worry about
Okay,
that.
cool.
Yeah.
He's 36.
Okay.
So he's actually only 2 years younger than I am. He looks much younger. You know, developmentally, he's about a 1-year-old.
Oh,
So
Okay.
he does need full care. But you know what? Like, everyone poops. If he's not pooping, that's a concern. So he needs to be pooping.
Right.
And all of my friends who are like, I can't believe you do that job. I can't believe you can do that. I'm shocked because it's not like it's projectile vomit at any random time. Everyone poops and you know what you're dealing with. It's no big deal, you know?
And how did this person come into your life? Like,
my husband is a special education teacher, so this guy that I care for is someone that my husband has cared for the past 20 years. And when COVID happened and I relocated to Atlanta and I needed a job, we all met up. I met his parents and I felt like it was a great fit. And I knew, like, I had never changed an adult diaper before, but I had changed tons of baby diapers, and on a newborn set, they're just pooping everywhere. So I knew there was not going to be any concern at all with that.
You like been there, kind of done that.
Yeah.
You're like, a diaper's a diaper.
Yeah. And it's just a bigger butt. That's all it is, you know? And I also have control over what he's eating. So like, I just don't give him corn, you know?
And is this like a 24-hour job?
No, it's not 24 hours. It's during the day. He's with me during the week. So, you know, 8:30 to 4. And then once in a while when his parents vacation, he'll hang out with us for a few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not too often, but, you know, he hangs in my studio with me. You know, we just have to excuse ourselves for a diaper change. That's it.
And does he? I'm sorry. Were you gonna say something?
He hangs out in the studio when you're shooting too.
Yeah, usually when I'm only shooting adults. Most of the time when I photograph kids and babies, I bring the set. I set up everything in their home, just because I find most parents don't want to move their newborn to a studio.
Yeah. Does he give you like a sort of like I mean, now that you've been working with him, does he give you like a heads up, like, you know, is there, or just kind of like you just smell it like a baby, or is it just trying to figure out, like, you know, when you know?
Absolutely no warning.
Oh, okay.
He'll just be standing behind my desk chair pooping, and I'm just like, all right, you do you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Had
So
to
you
ask.
just get a smell after a little bit, and you're like, oh,
Time to change that. So I had to get a little.
Like, everyone poops.
Yes, they do. I just want to get a little background because I had like when you were telling the first story, I was like, oh my God, I have to know I have so many questions about that.
Sure.
So thanks for that.
it's good to paint a picture.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the other thing that I do with the newborn photography, so the baby's always naked. And in order to have a baby that will fall asleep and not be screaming for an entire shoot while you're draping pearls on their back and, you know, draping them in lace, they have to be well fed. And, you know, I'm prepared for the baby to poop. I'm like totally ready for it. But the parents are always so embarrassed when it happens. And it's so hard and a lot of them are very Southern and proper. And they're just so mortified that their child's pooped. And I asked them, I'm like, are you embarrassed when your baby poops on you? And they're like, no. And I'm like, it's fine. They're eating one thing. We know what it is. Soap can remove it from my hand. We're good. But there's just so much like embarrassment that comes with that, even for their child who isn't trained and is 6 days old. And I've informed them that their naked baby is definitely going to poop on the backdrop at some point. And it's no worries. They don't have to wash the garments for me. I take care of all that. But it's just every single family is just so upset and embarrassed and like whispering about what their baby did.
Oh my God. Do you
You
believe
just need a big sign that says shit happens.
Right.
It's definitely going to happen.
So so it happens every shoot.
For the most part.
Like 90% of the time.
90% of the time they poop on the backdrop. I have these little tiny gray overalls that I call the poopy pants because every time I put them, well, they're great because it holds in the poop. They might poop, but at least it won't be on the backdrop. But I just peel those little like shorts off the baby and I'm like, I have to hand wash this later. That's the only.
Yeah.
Everything else goes in the washing machine, but the poopy pants.
I mean, but it's small at least. I feel like the incident's like not that it's contained a little bit. It's not so like, you know, It's not like if you shit your pants.
My husband is so nice. He hand washes them for me. Like,
Oh,
Wow. It's a good husband.
that's true love.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. True love, as we always say, is not romance. It's can the other person clean up shit for you?
Yeah. It's hand washing baby shit.
That actually leads into the other pooping the bed story.
Oh.
It was my husband's fault that I pooped the bed. I stopped at Hardee's on the way home from a camping trip. And I don't eat any meat, so I just was like, all right, get me a shake. So I drank the shake and I fall asleep. But my original request was Dairy Queen, and we weren't near one. But then he surprised me after I ate the shake and pulled into a Dairy Queen. So I love ice cream. I will never say no to them. And I went for it. So I had a blizzard. We get home, I go to bed or took a nap, and I just like shit myself awake. I wasn't like, I didn't try to clean up the mess on my own. I just was like calling for my husband to come and help, which is what the opposite of what most people would do.
Help.
Yeah, most people would hide the evidence.
Help.
And you're like, you need to see what I just
Yeah.
I know, I'm like, babe, come, can you just help me do this? I don't know what to do. And he's like, you're the one who shit the bed. I'm like, it's your fault. You fed me 2 ice cream products from 2 different restaurants on the way home from a camping trip. It's your fault.
Deal with it.
I think you should borrow one of those adult diapers from your buddy, and next time something like that happens, strap it on.
Absolutely. Like I was like, you know what? If this happens again, I'll give it a one go. If it happens once, I'm like, oh, that's just a weird fluke. This won't happen for another decade. But if it happened twice in one night, those adult diapers would be on in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, that's that. When you sit your pants that time and you get to reset that clock, it's just like, fuck. It's just, you're just, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I've got a couple years. Nope. It's now back to day 0.
It's like those those workplace signs, no incidents in X amount of days. You're like, shit. There's 0.
I'm home free right now. This happened like 6 weeks ago. So I'm good to go now for like 8 years.
Let's hope. Crossing fingers.
I shit my pants over the winter, and now I'm like, every day I might leave the house. I'm like, oh, this could happen again. I don't even know.
I know. I feel like Dave, you got just too comfortable being during the lockdown because Dave works at home and everything. That like leaving the house and not being 10 feet away from your toilet.
Yeah, I got a little cocky. I'm like, I can hold this, and I'm like, definitely did not.
I don't know. I think that the like being able to hold it, I think that changes like as you age. Like I feel like I used to have a lot more trust in that.
I did.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Well, not anymore. Especially with certain kinds of foods, I'm like, oh, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna go to that. You go into that bathroom. So yeah. It's a young man's game.
I might need to work on some of those rules for myself.
I know this isn't poop related, but it's pee related. And I talk all the time about on the show how I pee my pants. But yesterday I went to Chase Bank, which I have with our Hey Poopy podcast. I technically have 4 bank accounts with Chase Bank. And I went in, deposited some cash, and then I was like, God, I gotta fucking piss. Maybe the Chase will let me use the bathroom. So I went up to the teller and I was like, do you have a bathroom I could use? And they're like, no, we have no bathrooms for like people who don't work here. And I wanted to be like, you're actually holding hostage about 5,000 of my dollars to keep each one of my fucking accounts with you open. So I already pay $5,000. I should have the privilege of using your fucking toy. I almost snapped at them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That is one of the things I don't miss about New York City is never being able to find a place to pee and then have it or poop, whatever, and then having to hold it and being grumpy, even if food is being served. Sometimes they'll be like, sorry, there's no public restroom.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's why I had this Planet Fitness account. I knew that I could at least look up how long I had to clench my butt cheeks to the next Planet Fitness.
Oof. Well, coming in November.
You know what?
I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. But coming in November this year, New York City, all public restaurants that have a bathroom have to let people legally use the bathroom if requested.
Even if you don't buy anything.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
That makes me want to come there right now and test that out.
Yeah.
Well, in November.
Yeah.
Come in
come in
around
November.
Thanksgiving.
And I want to know, like, there's going to be so much, I want to see how this is going to work out because there's going to be so much drama. There's going to be a lot of news, I think, coming out on that.
Well, I think a lot of people are just not going to know about it and restaurants are going to play dumb.
Yeah.
But I am going to be that person who's going to have a screenshot of that law on my fucking phone ready to go. Like,
Penal
hey,
code.
can I use your bathroom? And they're like, no, sorry, not for anybody. And I'm like, well, actually, fuck you.
So come back in November and you'll see all the new, hopefully, bathroom laws.
Oh, I'm just going to walk around the city pissing everywhere.
Oh, yeah, you are, for sure.
Occasionally pooping.
Yeah, we'll see how that works.
Not gonna stop me. Ames, can we ask you some of our regular questions?
Yes, please do.
Amazing. So what kind of toilet paper do you use, and do you put it on the roll over or under?
I have no idea what kind of toilet paper we use at home. I am so not picky. My husband buys it at Sam's Club, and I just put it on the roll.
Is it soft? Is it
It's
two-ply?
very soft.
Oh,
I don't think it's quilted or anything like that. But it's over on the roll. But sometimes I piss myself off and I'll do it the wrong way in the middle of the night. And I'm like, who did that? Who put it underneath?
Like I did.
Yes, but definitely the toilet paper must be over on top.
You were in the majority.
yes. And when you do poop, do you sit or stand to wipe your tush?
Sit.
Ah.
We've had some standers out there. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, there have
a lot of standers.
That's okay.
That's pretty much the reaction.
Majority about that. You've had a lot of standers?
I mean, sorry, on the show, it's a small percentage, but there's been a good chunk of people that stand.
Interested in meeting someone who stands to it.
Right?
I mean, they must have small butts. Just like closes shut.
No meat back there.
Yeah, exactly. Zero. This is like just
No buns for that hot dog.
just a flapjack. It's a pancake.
And Ames, what is your first memory of poops or farts as a child?
Well, the biggest first memory. Now, this isn't the first memory, but we went camping. My brother, myself, and then my parents. And my brother and I were probably young, between like 6 and 10. And my father, in the middle of the night, farted in the tent. And then my brother threw up. We never went camping again.
That is a first on this show.
That's great.
Oh yeah. You know what? My parents have a really good sense of humor, and my father has really funny bathroom humor. He loves it as well. Like I told my dad I was recording the episode today, and he's so excited. He wanted to listen to it today, and I'm like, give it time.
We'll be out next week.
So they're really good sports about it. They love it. I actually put some bathroom art in my bathroom. Well, my husband got it for his father-in-law that says, "Life is short, lick the bowl." It was for my dad. Yep.
My goodness.
Yeah, man.
What did your dad say about that? He was like, challenge accepted.
Oh, yeah. He loved it.
Carpe diem, you know?
Your dad's like, this is my COVID vaccine.
Yeah. He's like, we're good.
Oh my God. I think that's the first I ever heard of somebody throwing up after a really sticky fart. And especially that it was in like the balloon of a tent and not a place where you could just open up a window or something. How old was your brother?
So I'm 3 years older. So I think he might have been 5. I'm like thinking, I think he was around 5 or 6. So he was really small. And I'm thinking like, I don't know. I didn't remember it being that traumatic, but it was like fart. You just heard the fart. And then there was like 30 seconds and he just is barfing in the tent. Like, all right.
I wonder,
Something
did the
stinks.
smell, did the whole like idea of it set him off? I'm so curious.
I think I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what's going through like a small child's mind when their father just like lets one loose. Like, I don't know. I think he was just traumatized with everything. Like we never went to do anything outdoorsy or in a tent or camping related again. That was it. It was one night in the Catskills and then we're done.
Your brother.
Your dad is like, I'm not playing with fire anymore.
Yeah. Your dad farts and your brother's like,
Something stinks.
And then just brr. I wish I had a puke sound effect, but I don't. But you get it.
I don't know if I've ever told this and this is in like 80s, early 90s, that had no lumbar support. So he bought this like lumbar pillow. And one day my brother and I fought over like trying to use the pillow as like an actual sleeping pillow. And I put my face near it. And that thing was just a sponge of years worth of my dad farts. And I thought I was going to throw up from the smell of that pillow. And then I threw it at my brother and he went to go lay on it. And he's like, what the hell's wrong with this? It stinks. And I was like, oh my God. It was like rancid. It was like every fart of every steak dinner my dad ever ate was wrapped in that fucking pillow. Yeah, it was.
Oh my God. Oh.
One of the worst smells I've ever smelled in my entire life. So yeah, dad farts are the worst.
Jesus Christ.
The worst.
That is gross.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dave might throw up.
No, just like, yeah, that's gross. Oh,
Ames, what's your personal cure for What's your personal cure for constipation or diarrhea?
I don't even know. I don't have anything. Maybe Imodium. If I have it, it's probably expired in my cabinet. But I might try that for
After
diarrhea.
You shit the bed, did you do anything besides clean it up?
Oh, my husband made me take 2 Imodium. He was like, "You're not going."
Yeah, he's like, "We're gonna plug this."
And then he fell asleep, and then he heard me getting up to go to the bathroom, and he's like, "If you poop again, take another Imodium." And I'm like,
we gotta stop this.
I know there's rules of bed pooping once you're married.
Oh my
Have to
God.
play by the rules.
Yeah. My wife would kill. Oh my God! If I shit on her, and she'd leave me.
Well, you didn't. Did you shit on your husband? Was he in the bed?
No, he wasn't even in the bed. He wasn't even in the room. So no, it was actually not traumatic for him. It was when he came into the room because like when you're in it, you don't really smell anything.
Yeah.
He came in, he's like, Jesus Christ! I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry, but help me clean this, please.
Give a little poop bell, ding, 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 ding. It happened. Please, I need help.
Clean up on aisle my bed.
Totally.
The honeymoon phase is over. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shit is gone.
Oh, that's hilarious. And I'm. Do you just never get constipated?
I don't get constipated.
Wow.
Often.
Except for when you sleep in.
If I travel. Oh. Yeah, if I sleep in or if I travel,
that's pretty.
That
normal.
may happen. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's like an annoying travel thing that I'll deal with, but then never any other time.
Yeah, travel's pretty common. I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah,
you get backed up a little bit because you're not your home turf. You're just like it's all stressful.
Right.
So yeah, I get that.
And what other products do you use to help you with pooping? From stools, sprays, matches, supplements. I
love poopery.
Yes.
It's good.
I actually acquired, I remember going to some, I think I was at DragCon in New York several years ago, and one of the drag queens was giving them out.
Oh,
nice.
She wanted to just finish her shift, so she gave me like the entire case of the sample size ones. And it has been the best thing ever because I take them with me to a client's home or even to a restaurant. I can just put it in my pocket, if I remember to take it or if it's like something that I just have in my bag. It's been so helpful. I've never purchased any poopery, but I still have tons of it.
You're repping it hard. I like it.
Yeah.
But if you ran out, you'd probably get some more.
Oh yeah. And then I also I love baby wipes, but I'm bad about remembering to not flush them. So, and then I just don't want a poopy wipe in the trash can. So I'm kind of funny about using them. I'll use them sometimes, other times I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. More for just freshening up, I think.
You can just get a little diaper, those little diaper garbage bags.
Diaper genie.
A diaper genie, yeah. Let's get one of those. Problem solved.
Yeah, and you kind of answered the floor versus pants question, but I don't even think that you had much of a choice after your double deuce of ice cream. But if there is no toilet in sight and Bristol 7 is coming out of you, what would you do? Poop in your pants or somewhere on the floor?
No, I might poop on the floor and then use my pants to clean it.
It's a 2-for-1.
Then I'm just naked.
It's true. You are naked.
A random place. But yeah, I don't know. I think the worst part about pooping your pants is having to like kind of relive that later when you're trying to like wash the clothing or make the decision, do you throw out your clothing or do you wash your clothing? So ideally it's better to poop on the floor.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to throw out those pants. If you shit in your pants, they're gone. I mean, for me, they're gone. Yeah, it is sad because I like these pants.
When I shit the bed, we just threw those sheets out.
Yeah.
We didn't want to think about it the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. Burn those things.
It's on our wedding registry. I mean, we didn't get married so long ago. So those were like a recent gift on the registry that we threw out basically a year and a half later because I shit on them.
That's even worse. If they're like old sheets, it's one thing,
Shit on
but
Cats on them. They were the Ellen DeGeneres sheet collection with little blue cats.
oh, cute.
Oh, man.
Now they're brown.
Yeah, the brown cats. They're tortoise.
And Ames, what's the worst toilet you've seen?
So
I feel like, especially with the adult you take care of, maybe you've gone into a situation where you're like,
actually, we haven't even touched on this, but so I'm a trans male. So for most of my life, I was in women's bathrooms. And for the most part, they're really fine. They're fine until some woman doesn't have good aim and pees all over the seat and doesn't clean it. Any men's room that I've been to is like a war zone. Like anything could be happening at any time. There's just like pee on the door, on the walls.
oh my
There's
God.
Poop on the poop dispenser. I don't know about you, but if there's poop on my hand, I do notice a different temperature and I wipe it off immediately. I don't know what's happening in some of the men's rooms, but I can't even tell you one specific. Let's just say airport men's rooms are probably the worst.
Yeah. Men's bathrooms they're like, everything's wet. Everything is like, there's like this, like the door's got like, looks like someone's like a SWAT team was trying to kick the door in. Like it's off the hinges. There's like this shit everywhere.
And most of the time I just have to pee and I'm like holding the door with one hand and squatting and like doing some weird like lean to like keep the door closed.
Yeah.
I've seen things in men's rooms and I'm like, I don't even know how this is possible, but okay. Whatever.
I've told this on the show before, but we were in LA and I had to go to the bathroom in LAX and I'm waiting in line. It's just awful in there. The smells are just horrific, but I see through the giant wide gap between the door, someone just had their coat laying on the floor in the stall. Ugh. And I just thought like this person is a psychopath. Like it's just laying there. Like just threw it in the ground. And I'm like, that thing's it's now contaminated. It's a petri dish. You have every disease.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how COVID got started.
Yeah. It's like these people, it's inhumane. It's in there. What's in the men's bathroom?
Right.
Yeah. It's awful.
I mean, I've seen some ugly stuff in a women's room, but that seems a little bit worse. But and thank you, Ames, for giving us a perspective of somebody who's done both. Like that, you might be the first person on the show.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, we've had other trans men on the show, like Buck Angel, but I don't think he brought it up. But it's nice to know.
The bathroom it's actually very shocking at first. That was the one thing I was like, wait a minute, can I just still use the women's bathroom? It's just... There's so many things.
Makes you think if all bathrooms were unisex, would men be better behaved knowing they'd have to do that in front of women? Or would...
Nope. Because people get drunk.
I don't think so at all.
When you throw alcohol, alcohol gets mixed in with that and you go into a bathroom, it's just like all the rules are off. Doesn't matter what that bathroom is, it is going to get destroyed. I don't care who you are, where you live, what town, like it doesn't matter. The second someone drunk asshole comes in there, it's a wrap.
And sometimes there'll be times like at a bathroom where there'll be a bunch of our trans man friends will be all hanging out together and we'll just go in there like stormtroopers and like find the best stall and just hold the door for each other and like help clean it and like it's better. But I'd say like the bathrooms, the men's bathrooms, I've never been in a nice men's public bathroom in my life. So if you know of one.
Also, can I ask, it seems like most men's bathrooms, it's like a row of urinals and a row of stalls. So since I'm assuming you're always going into a stall, do people also assume that you're all automatically dropping a deuce?
Yes. And my husband is trans. So sometimes when you're in so if you're in one of those places where there's a trough and then one stall, we're waiting for one guy to stop pooping so we can just go in there and pee. And then every guy that comes in is like, oh, you can go ahead of me into the trough. And we're like, no, we're waiting, but we don't have to poop. We're going to be quick. Yeah. So we're just like the trough, we're just like the host of like the trough station. Just waiting.
The person that invented the trough should have been arrested and tried for like every crime. Like I never understood that. It is the most vile thing. It's just laziness.
It's like pretty much like a tub, right?
Yeah, it's like a metal fucking basin.
It's just a tub. Sometimes there's like ice in there.
Yeah, or rocks.
Urinal case. It is disgusting.
It reeks. The smell it just punches you in the face when you walk in with a trough.
But let me tell you, if I could figure out a way to just back my butt into a urinal and pee, I would do it every time.
Pee?
Never. Everyone tells me this. I have a few friends who've tried an STP or any of those devices. I will pee all over myself. No chance. And then what do? Just like shake it out and put it in your back pocket? I can't. I just can't.
Well, my Shiwi comes with a container, but I have, if I'm not like cupping correctly, I have peed down my leg. It's not, and I've had people watch me do it because they're like, I want to watch you pee standing up. And then I've totally pissed my pants like with an audience. But then I just put it in the container that it came in, and when I get home, wash it. But
yeah, I give you so much credit for that.
I'm just gonna wait for the toilet. I think if I was
the first time I bought a Shiwi, I was at a place that I was staying in a kid's cabin that had a toilet and a urinal. And the urinal was on the other side of the room where the sink was. And I was like, I've always wanted to piss in a urinal. I'm going to try this. Every time and I did it multiple times. Every time I did it sober, got it in perfect. Every time I did it drunk, totally peed all over myself. Yeah.
That's so. Yeah. Now imagine like a guy like taking a shit in a men's bathroom. It's all wasted. Yeah. There you go.
Right. Exactly.
And then it just like leaves remnants.
That's really great though. That's pretty awesome that you've used that. I would give it a try, but I would only be able to use it if I was naked and at a campground. Those are my
get one and practice in the shower, and then the next time you go camping, you're prepared.
You put your 10,000 hours in. That's so funny.
Ames, do you have anything else to share with us that is poop, fart, butt, anything related that you think that the show just needs to know about?
I think I told you all my secrets.
They were good secrets, by the way. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Well, if anything
There'll
pops,
be more next year.
Yeah, exactly. If you can you're always welcome back. And then if anything pops up at the end of this next segment, just feel free to tell us. So
right before you go into that said segment, can I make a quick pee?
You gotta pee? Yeah, sure. So we're gonna go into our segment we like to call Shitty Choices. And today's shitty choice is: would you rather die while shitting in a porta potty or in a restaurant bathroom the same day you were going to propose to your partner?
Oh. You're dying in both cities.
You're dying in both scenarios. I was watching this movie and I got some real grim thoughts. So this is a little bummer on this one. But yeah, so you die while on the porta potty. So someone like, you're just like, oh my God, which is awful. Or you're about to propose to your partner, the one you love, and you die in the bathroom.
I think on the porta potty.
Yeah, that's what I picked too.
Well, it's just a bummer all around.
Yeah, it's a bummer all around. I went with the porta potty only because I'm like, well, I'm gonna be dead. No one's gonna care. I'm not gonna care. But I think it's kind of it's not funny, but like someone opens that door and sees someone in the porta potty dead. I feel like that's a story somewhere that's gonna wind up in the news. So I'm going with porta potty as well.
I am also going with porta potty, but I have thought about this for a whole 30 seconds. And I just want to say that dying while about to proposing, I just feel like that would be devastating to my partner. Like
Yes.
that would ruin their life. So that's why I'm not choosing that choice. However, the porta potty death, all I can think about is I never want to touch anything inside of a porta potty. And the fact that I would die and then my body would be all over said inside of porta potty. I mean, thank God I'm dead because whatever disease I got from touching everything. But then I also think about like, what if I fell through the hole as a dead body?
I mean, you're just gonna no one. You know what? In a porta potty, probably no one even noticed. The guys that the person's cleaning it out, just like, what the hell's in here?
I mean, that would make the news most definitely.
Yeah,
I'd be
for sure.
infamous for dying in a porta potty. But yeah, that just sounds so evil.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing. I was this is a rough one. I was like, ooh, this is. I was like, you know what? Fuck, I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, so we're all for porta potty deaths.
I feel like if you maybe as a future one, like shit your pants while proposing versus.
I thought I did that one maybe. Well, I can't even remember. We've done so many of these.
I remember that one.
I thought there was something like that, but yeah, I'll make a note of it.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the list.
That's why I had to be like, wait, you're shitting in a bathroom.
Yeah, like you're a fancy restaurant or something like that. You're just like, oh fuck, shit, no,
all horrible. All
yes,
horrible.
Yes, all horrible. But we're across the board. We're going porta potty. So
yes,
we'll see what the listeners say in our poll.
Yeah, play along with us on our Instagram. We will put up a poll the week of this episode, and I am always shocked by the results.
Yeah, the results always crack me up. I'm always like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So this will be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be team porta potty the whole way. That's what I think, but I don't know. I'll be surprised. Surprise me. So we're gonna do a little news right now, and then we're gonna wrap this sucker up. So here we go. Okay, so. Oh, God, I hate celebrities sometimes, but I saw this and I was like, I have to talk about this. Kim Kardashian says she'd eat poop daily if it made her look younger. I mean, there's so many things to unpack here. I mean, this whole chasing youth thing, it's just silly to me. I don't know. I might get it. No one wants to get old, but it's like, just to say something stupid like that, you'd eat shit really? And she probably would. I'm just going to throw it out there. Yes, I would 100% agree. She would totally do that. But she said she'd be willing to eat shit so long as it kept her young. I'll try anything, said Kardashian, 41. I mean, she's like 92 or something like that. I mean, Jesus Christ, she's 41 years old. Relax. But yeah, she, people were always, and then of course, like Twitter was going crazy, and they're like, I guess she's got some product called Skin, SKKN, and someone had asked like, is poop the active ingredient in skin? So yeah, I mean, this person is a little crazy, but I mean, I throw it to you. This is kind of a shitty choice. Would you guys eat poop to stay young?
No.
Yeah, Ames. Yeah, exactly.
No.
I'm good.
If it's eat poop and I never will get cancer, sure. But to stay young, no. Fuck that shit.
Exactly.
But also, I can't stand how Kim Kardashian, and I try to never put any of my energy into her, but I have to give kudos because I've never even knew she had a skincare line until now. She said something so insane that probably everybody's talking about it, and it plugs her. Like, it's free advertising. I have to give her kudos for great marketing, even when it's poop related. And then even this show has to talk about it, you know?
I mean, I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, so Kim Kardashian, I would actually... You know what? I'd love to see it in the Vegas show. Her just sitting at a table eating shit. I would pay. I'd pay $30 to see that.
30.
That's as much as I'm willing to pay. $30, like, and like way in the back seats, kind of thing.
The bleachers.
Yeah, I don't want the VIP experience, like meet and greet. I just want to see her just take a couple spoonfuls, and I'm like, I'm out. Like, that actually did happen. That's crazy.
My
So
goodness.
yeah, so Kim Kardashian a little crazy, but yes, I guess an expert marketer because we're talking about her dumbass product. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but I
So
still,
that I can't fault.
but 100%, she would bathe in shit to keep herself young. So I'm just gonna go with she's not.
She
lying
probably
on.
already is because some idiot told her that that's what it's gonna
It's
happen.
probably just like taking babies and like just sucking blood, like just bathing in blood of children. That's
But
really
imagine
dark.
that if she started doing that, everyone's going to be doing it.
Oh,
Of course.
100%, 100%, without
Suddenly
question.
It's going to be totally fine. Everyone's just going to be like bathing in poop. Totally fine.
It's gonna make one of those e live segments like the newest beauty fashion trend, baby's blood.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well,
it's-
that's what QAnon's all about.
yeah. So
So
not too far away from that.
I saw a meme recently that was said that wrinkles are now the new sign of youth. That means that like when you're in your 20s and you can show that your forehead moves and like things move and you get wrinkles, it means that you're young. And then all of a sudden you Botox to freeze all that. And then you don't. And I was like, I'm 44 and I have wrinkles because I don't want to do Botox. And I'm like, do I look younger because of it?
Yeah, right. What are you
'Cause I
like,
don't
20?
look frozen.
Very young.
What are you like, 20?
You look so young.
Thank you, Ames.
So young. Like in your 20s now.
But that's because I have wrinkles.
Yeah,
You look great. You have good facial movements.
yeah.
I know. I can emote emotions
Ellen's
with my
not.
eyebrows.
She's not even 21 yet. So
But yeah, like no, it's just like, and I never say never. Like I never ever want to tell anybody what to do with their body if they want to Botox and do whatever. Like you have agency over your own body. But if you have to go to a point where you eat shit, like.
yeah, I'm
worth
judging
it.
that. I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, you went a little too far on that one.
Yes,
You went all
it's
in
not
on the
worth
youth
it.
thing. It's like, relax, dude. Look, you're
No.
just get old like the rest of us. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, with that ridiculous story, ironic and weird and funny and just so crazy, Ames, thank you so much for being on our show. And please tell the people where they can find you. Plug away, like let us know what you got going on and all that good stuff.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
You can so I'm on Instagram. You can find me at Ames Beckerman, AmesBeckerman. And then my photography website is amesstudios.com.
Awesome. So go out there. If you're in the Atlanta area and you got some newborns, you know who to hit up.
Yeah. Make those babies and get those photos.
Yeah. And poop is not a problem.
Yeah.
Name your poopy baby.
Yes. So with that, thanks for laughing and learning everything but with us.
And happy pooping, everybody, and enjoy your butthole.
For more info, go to heypoopypodcast.com or email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com. You can send in show ideas, guest requests. Check us out on Twitter at heypoopy, Instagram at heypoopypodcast, TikTok, heypoopypodcast, and our awesome new Facebook fan page. Go check it out at heypoopypodcast. We're also on Discord at heypoopydumps, or you can contact us at our new awesome hotline, 203-998-5579.
Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect for Entertainment. Produced by Dave and Ellen. Edited by Dave. Executive producers Stormy Leather. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy!